Hello everyone and welcome back to the GH24 News channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we start, hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Lately raised the possibility that Drew Quartermaine might move to Washington with Scout Quartermaine, so that's commodity that'll be on Alexis Davis's mind in the coming weeks. Although Alexis doesn't anticipate Drew to uproot Scout by taking her to live in DC permanently, she's ready to fight back if that's how effects go down. It sounds like a guardianship feud could be brewing, especially when we consider Drew's exercise word. Drew is principally the city leper at this point, so he'll start to wonder if a position change is exactly what he needs. Whether Willow Corinthos is willing to join Drew or not, he'll start to see the value of starting fresh in Washington with Scout. That's not going to work for Alexis, so she should follow through on her oath to fight back. Alexis is a top-notch counsel anyway, but she'll be particularly motivated to pull off a palm when her granddaughter's future is on the line. We'll see Alexis get fierce and use every trick in the book to her advantage. Still, she could pump the thickets on Drew's Washington move with her, if Alexis manages to get guardianship of Scout. Alexis might force a change of plans once she plays some legal hardball. Scout is still grieving the loss of Sam McCall, which is why she needs the support and stability of her extended family right now. It'd be a mistake for Drew to rip Scout down from all her other loved bones. So Alexis will do whatever it takes to keep her in city. Sam would especially want Scout near Danny Morgan and Rocco Falconeri. Our GH prognostications allude that Alexis and Drew's feud could get nasty if they let it, so we'll bring you updates on how it all goes down. Alexis may prove she's a force to be reckoned with when she's attorney mode and leave Drew reeling. Alexis has some absorbing material ahead, so we'll deliver further news on any guardianship drama along the way. Lulu Spencer, to get a tempting offer. Willow Tate Corinthos expresses remorse. Elizabeth Liz Baldwin and Lucky Spencer gain sapience. Plus, Laura Collins learns of a possible trouble. Keep reading and let's talk about what's coming week in the ABC Cleaner Pieces. Lulu Spencer, to get a tempting offer. Willow Tate Corinthos expresses remorse. Elizabeth Liz Baldwin and Lucky Spencer gain sapience. Plus, Laura Collins learns of a possible trouble. Keep reading and let's talk about what's coming week in the ABC Cleaner Pieces. Tracy Quartermaine stonewalls Anna Devane plus, Sasha Gilmore Corbin gives an update to Maxie Jones. Liz and Lucky gain some sapience. Isaiah Gannon presses Sunny. Jason Morgan tries to play interceder. Lulu fights with Dante Falconeri. Also, Christina Corinthos Davis hosts their opening of Charlie's. Still, with Sunny being a target, could Christina be in peril? Rick Lansing ends up coming through for Ava. Lucas Jones and Jocelyn Jacks compare notes. Laura discovers a possible trouble. Natalia Ramirez eventually gets through to Sunny. It sounds like Sunny will eventually take his heart condition seriously. Plus, Max Scorpio gives Cody Bell some tough love. Rick Lansing ends up coming through for Ava. Lucas Jones and Jocelyn Jacks compare notes. Laura discovers a possible trouble. Natalia Ramirez eventually gets through to Sunny. It sounds like Sunny will eventually take his heart condition seriously. Plus, Max Scorpio gives Cody Bell some tough love. Ineluctable is coming soon, you know that right? Willow Corinthos has been doing this weird cotillion with Drew Quartermaine since they first kissed on the of July. They tried to fight their passions, and Willow tried to be pious to her hubby, Michael Corinthos, and they succeeded up until that point. Now, many months latterly, Willow's entire life is in shambles as Drew has managed to designedly alienate her from everyone, leaving her with no bone to trust but him. Or so she thinks. The problem is, all this while the Solon has left out one important detail that will inescapably shoot Willow twisting. Beforehand last time, Drew and Nina Reeves went from abhorring each other's guts to deforming on the office bottom at sunup. A pattern of rage coitus that continued until they realized that they kind of liked each other and moved effects to Nina's bedroom. It didn't hurt that Drew helped to grease a conciliation between Nina and her son, Willow. Having her son back in her life meant the world to Nina, and further endeared Drew to her. He originally said the kiss with Willow was a mistake and continued sleeping with Nina, and she stayed quiet, believing that she and Drew might actually be erecting commodity reel. That stopgap came crashing down with Willow's marriage, as she left her hubby for Drew. Now indeed Nina is questioning Willow's opinions, leaving her to feel like Drew is her only supporter in this disaster. No matter what Nina says, Willow follows Drew's instructions. Nina is snappily realizing that the only way to get Willow out from under his thumb is to tell her the verity, that Drew was stealing her down from Michael while sleeping with her mama. The disclosure will shoot Willow twisting. Will she wake up from this agony and see effects easily again? Or will Drew deny it, and if he does, will Willow believe him? Do you suppose that there's any stopgap of her reuniting with Michael if he survives? Or is it time for Willow to be alone with her kitties, and to take the time to figure out who she's without a man? Cyrus Renaud has some big obstacles working against him at this point. Although Cyrus managed to squeeze in one further Digitalis victim when he went after Michael Corinthos, reservations are growing about Cyrus being the man behind the string of GH demises. That's going to make it harder for Cyrus to carry out what he feels is the Lord's work. Cyrus may eventually find it more delicate to sneak around and get these Digitalis injections done, so maybe he'll turn to a secret supporter for help. Of course, it's possible Cyrus formerly has an abettor or two working at the sanitarium. Portia Robinson put Brad Cooper to work on some exploration since they need to find out how long this Digitalis-related pattern has truly been going on. Although suckers have only seen Cyrus administering the Digitalis boluses so far, he might have some like-inclined followers who are willing to do his bidding. Indeed, if Cyrus doesn't have sanitarium workers in his corner just yet, that could change soon enough. There's no way Cyrus will suddenly stop his felonious jest. But he might retain some help to avoid getting caught. Lucas Jones has grown suspicious of Cyrus, but he might be wisecracked when someone new walks into his life. Let's look at some implicit suggestions from a line in Television Insider's 2025 GH exercise. After Brad and Lucas' implicit reunion gets derailed, it'll leave Lucas vulnerable to the advances of a handsome and mysterious foreigner. Vulnerable is an interesting word to use since it makes it sound like this Joe could be over to no good. Throw in the mysterious foreigner part and that makes him feel indeed more suspicious. Could Lucas find a new swain who turns out to be Cyrus' supporter? Lucas could fluently fall for a fascinating new sanitarium hand, one who leaves Brad on edge and ready to probe. Whatever the case, Cyrus might calculate on someone differently to do his dirty work for a while now that he's Worf on the hot seat. It'll be intriguing to see whether this new foreigner in Lucas' life might have a Cyrus connection. Grounded on our prognostications, Cyrus' twisted conduct will continue, but he may get smarter about how he pulls them off. Cyrus will have many tricks up his sleeve, so stay tuned for updates on his crimes and any news related to them. Brooke Lynn set up herself swept down by the excitement of her part as a camp counselor, leading to the show's subtle hints that Dante Falconeri might be the father. Given their summer fling, it seems logical for Dante to be the natural pater. Still, this entire plotline has felt exorbitantly predictable. Numerous suckers have formerly derived that Giovanni Gio Palmieri is the child Brooke Lynn gave up, leaving little room for surprise. The pens of GH could clearly profit from edging in some unpredictability into the narrative. Imagine if they introduced a shocking baby daddy twist. Another interesting possibility for Brooke Lynn's baby daddy arises from the recollections of their youth together at camp, especially considering Cody Bell's presence there. Imagine if Brooke Lynn had a transitory love with Cody during that time, conceivably just a one-nighter. While Dante is formerly a fantastic father to Rocco Falconeri and would surely embrace the part of Joe's pater. With the same fidelity, Cody's track record tells a different story. He's always been a bit of a whirlwind, floundering to handle indeed his own liabilities. What kind of father would he be? Cody has incontrovertibly forged a deep connection with James West, yet the part of the fun uncle lacks the weight of true maternal duties. It would be far further witching to see Cody grapple with a father-son dynamic with Gio, especially as it would reflect his own jests with Max Scorpio. While the Jotting platoon has been situating Dante as the father figure for quite some time, there's no certainty they'll steer the narrative in that direction. Still, Cody remains a compelling seeker for Joe's natural father, which would clearly introduce an unanticipated twist. Meanwhile, our prognostications suggest that Brooke Lynn's history is on the verge of unraveling, forcing her to defy the consequences with Harrison Chase.